Murray, Captain Murray Bowyer from United States Army veteran. I got out of the Army in 1984, served 5 years, and I just wanted to shoot a quick little video to share some experiences I had in the Army and transitioning from the Army to civilian world, and see if any of this resonates with you. I My dad was in the Army. He was a 20-year veteran. Flew Hueys in Vietnam. Got shot down 4 times. A tremendous role model for me, and I didn't really know what I wanted to major in college. I knew I was going to go to college, but I never knew what I wanted to major in. My dad always told me, "Hey, well, actually, he said, if you don't know what you want to do for a living, you can always join the Army." So I changed majors around a little bit in the Army, but I was a ROTC student. So that means I incurred 4 years of service after I graduated. And, that was good advice. He said, you'll learn a lot in the Army, and then that'll give you some experience for life. And it sure changed me a lot. I was a changed man. I started becoming responsible, a productive member of society. But and while I was in the Army, I did a lot of traveling. It was awesome. Uh, but I met a lot of tremendous women, and this is not to brag, but I had about 5 awesome women that I met. I met more than that, but there was 5 women. I'm not kidding. In 4 years that wanted to marry me, and our relationships had advanced and gotten serious, and I could not get married in the Army personally because I knew that it was very stressful to be married in the Army. And have a military spouse that was subject to you moving around. I mean, I could see it all the time. My family was in that situation. My mom hung in there, but she was never able to do anything in her that was meaningful in her life because she was kind of subject to moving around. And she did great, but I didn't want to put any wife of mine through that. So I took a little bit of a personal hit. As it turns out, it worked out great, but I know that it's tough being a military spouse, somebody I really respect. And you may know somebody in that boat, your spouse, or you may know somebody in that boat as well. I can certainly relate to that. When I was looking to leave the military after 5 years, I noticed it was very difficult to um, translate well, there was a perception in my mind that it was difficult to translate what I did in the military to a civilian job. Now, don't let anybody kid you if anybody tries to say that you don't, just you were an infantryman or in artillery, field artillery, or something to that effect, and those skills don't translate to the civilian world. That's bullcrap. You can kick anybody's ass in terms of responsibility management. You got it in you. You know how to be a team player. These are all communicate. These are all core skills that half the civilian world doesn't have. It's just a matter of, first of all, knowing you have these skills, and number two, communicating your ability to some prospective employer. Um, I was able to succeed due to the fact that I was in logistics management in the military. So I managed supply and maintenance operations and transportation operations, and that kind of translated into the civilian world. But I just noticed it was very difficult, very difficult. I experienced that not everybody, most of it was in my own head, I think, but I wasn't able to. It was almost like a different country going from the army to the civilian world. It was such a foreign concept because the military life, the military, everything you're doing in the military is so different, and I struggle with that transition. I ended up working for a defense contractor, which isn't too surprising, a high-tech electronics manufacturing company, and they had me managing several union employees, and that was their style. Was they knew that I had experience managing people, and so they put me in charge of large groups of union people, which were there's always a challenge between union and management, and I was kind of on the front there to try to make it happen from both ends. So that was extremely challenging, but I was able to pull it off. Now, since then I've had a career in different corporate jobs, and on the outside, um, to the average person, they would think I have a somewhat successful career, and I've done well whatever I've done. But the problem is I really didn't have any direction. I kind of got a job wherever I could get an opening. I didn't have any master plan. You know what I mean? Didn't have any kind of reactive, passive career type methodology. And I'm a corporate executive now, but I didn't have a master plan to be a corporate executive. It just kind of happened. And I kind of zigzagged around, and I guess this is common for most people. But for the last several years, even though I make decent money, with the economy sucking so bad, with inflation chewing up all your raises, and with college bills coming for me, I have two kids that are one's in college and one's in high school. Ludicrous college bills. I needed some added income. I've been looking for something on the side for a while, and I dabbled in a few things without much luck, but recently I stumbled upon something that's more than just a part-time job. This is a movement, and it's given me a roadmap to know where I want to go. And once you have a roadmap, you can get there a lot faster. You have to have a purpose in life, and you have to have a system. They give you a system. They give you the tools. It's the perfect vehicle for someone who's part-time. It's the perfect vehicle for someone who's just starting out. Yet it's a sophisticated yet simple system that's repeatable, that will help anyone, whether you're a military spouse, whether you're getting out of the military looking for a job, or whether you're ex-military. You have the skills to do this, and you can do it from home, which is awesome. But it's the cool thing is, I thought I was looking for a business. What I ended up finding was a movement, a purpose, a vision. There's nothing else like this. I've had some experiences and personal breakthroughs in the last month that's taken my game to a new level, and we can do this for you. And you have it in you. If you're in the military, you can do this. I would put you up against anybody. I'd hire you in a second. I'd love to work with you guys because I know what you've gone through. I know, you're used to teamwork. You're used to everybody running in the same direction because you've got to protect each other. And the sum of the parts is greater than the individuals added up. In the corporate world and in the civilian world outside the military, it's not like that. There's a lot of politics. There's a lot of people, looking out for their own interest, and you don't get that same kind of community vibe. We have come upon something here where everybody's rowing in the same direction, and the power of doing that is so amazing. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. The hair on my arms is going up. You know what I mean? Um, when you take responsibility for your actions, which is, as if you are a member of the military, you know how to do that because you're responsible no matter what. There's no excuses. You've got to get it done, no matter how long it takes, no matter what the situation is. You're responsible. Well, in this business, that's what it takes. When you control your own business, when you own your own business, you call your own shots. You're not at the mercy of somebody, some layoff, something else like that. So I would encourage you to consider, number one, getting into your own business, create your own destiny, and I would strongly, strongly, strongly consider you take a look at this opportunity because this isn't just an opportunity. This is a movement. This is something that can change your life, and I'd like to work with you. I know that I have a lot of other people that would work with you. They've lifted me up. We can lift you up. Together, we can do miracles. It's better to be unified than to be correct. So let's be unified and let's do it. Thanks for your time. I know you can do it, and I wish you the greatest success no matter what you do. Thanks for serving the country.